Good morning, Dominic.
Good morning, buddy. What's up?
Happy day number 8 of 7.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
I'm good. I got up early with Junie. Junie gets to go to a CU women's volleyball game and shag balls.
Oh, nice. That's
Basically, that
awesome.
means it's like, do you know what that means? Kind of like
Like,
tennis.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So her and a bunch of elementary school girls get to go. Just dropped her off at a bus, and then later in the day, Kira goes. So volleyball,
Nice.
volleyball has like taken over our lives. I think it's very. What do we got here? Aw, jealous.
Since Plush jumped in real quick, I got my sticker stash the other day, um, or yesterday when I got home. So I opened them. They look so cool. I don't know if you can see them really well on there, but
Yeah,
they got some sparkle and some shine and little stars on it, and it says, "Parent Podcast, Dad Power 95." Podcast hosts, expert storytellers. And I do have
Aw,
an extra one for you.
yay!
Yep, that's what she said. And then I do have a whole bunch of other ones too. If some of our other friends jump in.
Thanks, plush. That's awesome.
Like I got this one. This one's someone who's always in here. Can you guess who that is?
Dr. Feelgood,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
definitely Dr. Feelgood.
Yep. So thank you. Thank you for that. It was awesome. Got a whole bunch of them. Super cool. And if anyone wants any more, I think she still has some in her shop. So
Plush, do you?
they're on
Uh,
Whatnot.
I don't get on. I've been on Whatnot once, and that was when I set up an account, and I never touched it again.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I feel bad about is that I don't often get to see what all of our members here are a part of.
hmm
I know a lot of people do a lot of really awesome things.
Yeah, same with me. Except I do know all about the app and I have it, pretty locked in and dialed in. But man, when I go on there, it's just money gets spent, you know,
Yeah,
and then stuff goes on at home where it's like, why is all this money showing up, and why are people on the internet saying this stuff? It just kind of gets a little bit out of hand. Good morning, MP. How are you doing?
be right
So
back.
MP,
Be right
yeah,
back.
no worries. MP is out in Nashville with his wife. Been seeing the pictures. Looks like you guys are having a good time. Um, no one does. I mean, it's not true, but MP does life right. Uh, you know, love to see what him and his wife are getting up after. MP's in Nashville, little extra honeymoon or whatever with his wife. Maybe it's a business trip. I don't know, but he's having some fun.
Mixing business with pleasure, possibly.
Flying home today. Back to those kiddos. Back to those kiddos. All right, good stuff, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Um,
I saw your workout. You sharing a
I'm
little bit.
hurting, man. Something I did like hurts back here in the back. Um, which is far like it is what it is. It happens on and off, but I did I did I'm trying to get myself and Amy over to the chiropractor today because this is normally one of her chiropractor days.
Hmm.
But I'm trying to see if we can get over there and and sign me up and get some cracking going on. Technically a business trip, but for sure made the most of it. Nice. Dude, that's awesome. That's great. Um pulled him from school early is the move
Kristen,
for sure.
Kristen and I intended to do that. She was away this week and she was away last week. So
Mm-hmm.
at some point, maybe we can dive. Mom's been home. We probably could have done it. We didn't even think
Done
about it, Mom.
done what? You should have joined her in whatever city she's in.
Yeah, but hers are really quick. It's like fly in, hotel,
Even better.
business, hotel, and then fly home.
Yeah. You gotta tell her on the next business trip, she needs to bring her side piece or her main piece.
The eye candy.
That's what MP did, or his wife. I don't know whose business trip it was, but um, yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Good for them.
I was sharing, you sent us your 8-day straight workout
Yeah.
notes, which was impressive. So well
Ah,
done. Is your shoulder from your sprinklers, or is your shoulder from the
nah,
workout?
it's from whatever the workout was.
Gotcha. Got to get
Yeah.
some
I
bands.
think I just went a little too deep in one of the bench exercises
Yeah.
or the flies. I think I just went a little too far.
Hmm.
Um, and just overextended something in this upper back region.
Yeah. Do you not watch BroFit's workout? He does like specific stretches just for that.
No, but I was thinking about him this morning and like reaching out to him about uh um some sort of plan or adapting what I have, like kind of what I sent you, like centered around like the equipment that I have and the locations that I'm at and just the things that I want to do. Um keeping it in like a low time limit, because I'm trying to squeeze these in like after the show or before the show. And, so I don't have a lot of time. Like I'm doing like 30 minutes or less just to move. Like I'm not trying to like do anything crazy. Definitely not trying to do a big, long, or sore inducing leg day. I could give two shits about my legs. Um,
Keep
but
your legs
just
strong, man. Leg days,
I
leg
just
days
can't be
suck.
sore.
Those are important.
It's so exhausting to be sore. Like I
Yeah.
get that legs are important, but if you can't get in and out of your car because you're in pain or on and off the toilet, like
Yeah.
that's not worth it.
The
I'll
toilet is
die early if I have to.
the toilet's the worst.
Yeah.
I do my leg days on Mondays, and then it feels like a treat when my God, because I got like three main days. Sometimes I'll do them in a row. Sometimes I'll do them alternating days. But if you get it out of the way early in the week, it just feels that much better. And
Nope,
then you
never.
feel fine just in time for the next leg day.
Gross. Seriously disgusting.
You guys are
Oh,
going
all
outside.
right.
I'm not going outside.
So let's see. What else happened? I don't know what happened, man. Everything's good. Like, mother-in-law was here yesterday. She came up. Bentley had an award ceremony at school.
Mhm.
Um, so they got to do that. Amy and mother-in-law, grandma got to see him. Super cute. I got home super early. Um, I feel weird saying this, but I feel like I kind of have to. Like, it's a parenting podcast. Sometimes we talk about relationships, but I got home early and had some alone time with my wife. And it was much needed. We've been in kind of like a rocky spot for the last couple of weeks. And it just, it was one of those things that just happened. And then we finally broke the silent treatment and we started talking. And she's like, I have so much to tell you. And I'm like, finally, I've been waiting
That's
for this
awesome.
moment.
Yeah.
So uh
I know
looking
exactly how
forward
that
to a good solid weekend after that.
Yeah. I know exactly how that feels. Like there's sometimes there's no reason for it. It's just like the the day to day is just kind of builds
Hmm.
this weird structure between you, and it just takes a hey, I got a lot to say to you to break that. Even if
Yeah.
it's not
Life's a lot.
Yeah, even if it's not like giant stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like I remember feeling that way, and then I'm like, I remember there was a few times like I don't know how to start a conversation right now.
Hmm.
Like we're probably just sitting on the couch or something. It's like I don't know what to bring up first. I don't want to go too heavy. I don't want to. I don't want
Yeah.
just the surface level. I want like a happy medium. Um, so yeah, it's that is also a practice, and I think that goes hand in hand with what we talk about. Husband first, parent second.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot that has a lot to do with, like, part of our some of our conversations and some of our arguments as of late. I've been trying to slowly and not push it too much, but basically get her to understand that theory of, like, the other side of that, which is wife first and parent second.
Mhm.
Because I think we're in that time, and we have been for a while, where, our kids have been young. They're growing up, but they have been young. And so that's when you have the tendency in a relationship to put most of your focus towards the kids, and you start to, lose a little bit of that husband and wife. And so, a week or so ago, I kind of told her, and it wasn't in the best way. Like, we were kind of like fighting and arguing a little bit. And I kind of just told her, I'm like, I really need you to understand this thought process of, like, we need to be together first and foremost, and then parent.
Mhm.
Um, because at the end of this parent journey, 10, 15 years from now, when Bentley's, got his own family, like, it's just going to be me and you. And if we don't focus on each other, or at least give a harder focus on each other during these parenting years, we're going to lose each other. Like, where there's going to be too many hurt feelings and too many scabs and too many, fights, that when they leave us to start their own lives, it's just not, it's somehow, like, we're not going to be there. Like, we're going to look back and be like, oh, like, and I don't want that.
Yeah, or that's all that's gonna be there. Like, uh,
Yeah. This
we've
the whole staring together for the kids kind of thing.
yeah, oh, my
Mhm.
point just
Exactly,
dissipated
David.
in my head. Those we've talked about, like, roommate syndrome before,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
we've gone in and out of it, and I think that's totally normal. Like, I would say today in this specific time, it seems like MP is doing a really great job of, getting that time away. Me and
Weekends
Chris
away help.
Yeah, me and Kristen, like, we intend to. We talk about it all the time. Um, and one of there were 2 thoughts now that you're bringing all this up, which is I think is a great topic for today. Um,
Mhm.
and now also goes along with what we're talking about today. Um,
It
but
it
I
does a little
was
bit.
Yeah, so, like, my birthday's coming up, and Kristen asked me what I wanna do for my birthday. And before I mentioned that, like, one of the things I wanna do is I just wanna have, like, just like a dude night where we go and we treat ourselves to, like, a nice dinner.
Mhm.
Not a party. I don't want a party. I just want, like, just time
Yeah.
with some friends that we don't get to do adult time with. Where it's usually like with kids or after kids or getting ready for a kid event. That's just the time that we're in, and also some time like with my family. I don't even know what that
Mhm.
looks like, but one of the things one of the things I thought about was, like, it's like every time I think about a time that I have off, and I think this is a habit that I want to break, is like for like Thanksgiving breaks coming up, and like my first thought is like, okay, who can I hang out with and spend some time with that I haven't gotten to do that with? And sometimes my first thought is like, some friends that I haven't seen in a while. It's like it should be Kristen. Like me and Kristen should spend some time together and just do something.
Mhm.
Because we talk about it and then we get the time, and then it kind of bleeds away into just those little tiny events that you're kind of reacting to,
Yeah.
whether it's just the day to day, or like an event that you get a call from a friend and say, hey, we're doing this, you want to join? um
Yeah, it's difficult because, and my wife has said this to me before, it's like, do we wanna go on a vacation as a couple? Do we wanna go on, like, an overnight? Or do we wanna spend time with our kids, like, while we're together and while we have them as a family? So it's, and again, I say this a lot, and I laugh. I now laugh every time I say it, because there was a one of these conversations where Ryan Turner, like, he, like, went in here and he was like, "I don't understand the word balance." But balance to me is, like, the key to everything. because I think kind of like what MP is saying here, like, yes, you want to be a parent and you want to be spend this time with your kids while you have them, while they're in these ages, you want to spend max amount of time with them. But you can't forget to spend time on yourself, to spend time on your business, to spend time with your friends, and like what we're talking about, probably the most important of all, but the thing that we all kind of put at the end, like how I just did in this list, um, is spend time with your spouse. Because again, like I was saying at the beginning of this whole conversation, like, and I told her this last week, I just don't think it hit because we were in a fight. Uh, I said, "You're the most important person to me. Like, you're the reason that all of this is what it is. Like, because I found you, we had the kids. Because I found you, like, I've increased my, you know, career, like for you, for the kids, for us. I wouldn't be what I am without you. The things that I've done and changed and worked on in myself is because of you, for you, all that kind of stuff for myself in a way, but mostly for her. So we got to figure out a way to prioritize and remind each other. And maybe that's what we're doing here. I know I constantly do it. I know MP does it for me because I see him. He's a really good, he's becoming a really good person to like his posts. If you just pay attention to him, he's doing a lot of things right. I'm sure he might say differently. He might say, "Oh no, I have my problems too." But yeah, watching MP is kind of like it's like a mentor. Even though
I'm
I'm sure he's
actually
I'm
I'm
sure he's
actually
only I'm sure he's only like 25.
I'm actually looking at their picture in Nashville right now. I'm not
Yeah.
distracted by social media, Dom. I just have the feed going so I can see what's going on. I intended this morning. I was gonna put the episode link in the parent chat, but I can't find it anywhere. So
Twitter redid like an update, and so the chats look a little weird right now.
yeah, I can't find it. Well, my thought was it's like, we're on day 8 of 7. I think it's going
Mhm,
well, and I was like,
mhm.
maybe it might be nice after a few days to have somebody else jump on with us. Um,
Yeah.
but I can't find it anywhere. So one of these days we'll do a three screen lineup here. But yeah, nice
Do
work,
you get
and
a week off for Thanksgiving break?
yeah, get a whole week off.
Okay. Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
basically, let's tie this into the reading, right? The whole conversation here. There's a lot of thought and there's a lot of, obviousness that I think a lot of people miss is that the way that you talk to and treat your spouse, your kids like pick up on that and feel that. Um, and they can get a sense of not belonging or like not wanting to be in that kind of like that's how I was with my parents, right? The way that my parents talk to each other and also the way that they talk to me made me get to the point where I am now where I don't want to be around my parents. And that's that should be one of the things that we as parents keep in mind and ultimately don't want. Like we've talked about when the reading references the crowded Thanksgiving table, the crowded dinner table, the crowded birthday party table, all that stuff. So this is just another reminder of, watch the way you speak to your children, watch the way you speak in front of your children, to your spouse, or to anybody else. Um, so that come 20 years from now, when they've established their own life, their own spouse, their own kids, that they're either A close or they B want to be close. They want to come to you and they want to visit you.
yeah. MP, I just want to echo what your grandfather said here: is still date your wife. I've heard that many times from many people.
Yeah.
And I don't think I really heard. I mean, I probably heard it before that, but I don't remember like before I was 35 that being a main thought in my head. Um, because we were like, we were up to our eyes in raising toddlers and infants.
Yeah.
Same
I
with
think I've
Dave.
written something like that in my friend's like, wedding advice jar or book or whatever. I think I've written something along that lines
Yeah,
because we were the first ones married in our friend group.
gotcha. David, yeah, we'll definitely have you on again. And then same with dating daughters. Like I think like
Hmm.
one of the things I've heard is like you have sons and they fly away from the nest, which I've done. I moved halfway
Hmm.
across the country. Um, but I guess what I've heard is that daughters tend to stick around and take care of their parents more. So I got three of those. So I'm thankful for that. And I do wonder what that looks like. I do wonder what that looks like in the future.
I'm
Um,
so curious.
yeah.
Like I'm so like I know that Bailey's not going anywhere. Like we've established this. She's close enough to it. Like she's very much going to stay in the house. Um, and go to a nearby college and start to try to figure it out. Obviously, things can change in an instant, but I'm very curious where they go. And I think Brooklyn's going to stay close too. Just, I don't know. I think she needs a lot of emotional support, and like we offer that very heavy for her.
Hmm.
Unless things go really south during high school with her, and we're always on the lookout with her. So we're going to do our
Yeah.
best to make sure that we keep it we keep it loving and supportive. And again, the book, I can't say enough good things about the book. This show, can't say enough good things about this show. Like this ultimately is what helps me keep all of that in mind. And of course, people like David, you know having older daughters and still talking to them on the regular, singing for them, telling them dad jokes, ubering them from the bar. Yeah,
Hmm.
I heavily appreciate that.
I'm thinking another thing I kind of woke up with today is um, just like having a 12-year-old daughter. She's that we're
Wild.
talking about how like kids will they come back, will they not? And I'm wondering, one of the points that brings up today is that if you want them to be close, don't be criticizing all the time, or else
Hmm.
they'll come and stay for a day or something. You're not going out yet because you're loud. um
They out there howling.
you're just out there barking at everything. um I always wonder if we tend to I tend to criticize in my head, like 12-year-old behavior, cell phone use, all that. But really otherwise, like I got a great kid. And then I wonder if like she's getting to the point where like she's criticizing my parenting, you know,
Yeah.
and then thinking about all the things that
Do you see her pass it down to her? Like, does she criticize her sisters? Because like that's how it is with my household. Is like I
sometimes.
criticize, and then they criticize each other. So
Yeah,
I've
like
already
they have like qualms between them, but like this week in particular, Junie and Kira, like they've been awesome together. Like
okay.
we have our downstairs space kind of set up more, and they'll knock the volleyball back and forth.
Hmm.
And I went to bed thinking it's like my main interaction with them this week was telling them to stop hitting the ball so hard because it kept like bumping into cups and everything. And that was it. Like that's been my main interaction with them both instead of like jumping in with them. Well, on the other hand, like it happens in cycles, so they're
Hmm.
they're kind of playing them two by themselves, and then Hazel, 6-year old, like it's kind of being not purposely ignored, but she's feeling left out of like whatever it is they're doing,
They're
and
doing big girl stuff.
Hazel is very much my buddy this week, which I'm not going to say no to.
Yeah.
But, I also have had to say, like, hey, include your little sister. She wants to do what you do.
Hmm.
Um, and then another thought is like the past 2 or 3 mornings, I specifically remember like walking past Kira, and like she gives me like just the teenage side eye, probably not judging anything, just tired. And I'm like, I should have given her a hug at that point. So after this,
Yeah.
at some point, I'm going to give my daughter a hug because I haven't done that this week. So,
Yeah, when Bailey came home from, she was late. She was stayed late at school, and her friend Sam, they went to the water polo game together, and I think out to Wendy's. When she came home, I got up from the couch and ran full speed into her and just like crushed her with a hug. Um, so yeah, you gotta. Good morning, bro. Fit. You missed the whole first part of the show where all we talked about was working out and you. So you're gonna have to rewatch this one, and then I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs.
Dom is injured, Brian.
I
Dom is
share my
injured and he
marble
needs
with
your
my
advice.
niece just to be a safety net. Talk to your parents.
Um,
Yeah, that's not a you know reach out to the extended people in your family. Reach out to your friends' kids, like in not a weird way, of course, but that's a good point. I think we've brought up here and there, but sometimes it's hard to be the person for your kids, like your kids to come to you for their problems.
mhm.
Uh, so have people in their life, other adults that they maybe feel comfortable talking to, and established friend group like what we have with our friend group right now. I think Bailey does sometimes talk to the other moms. Um, so I don't know. It's a weird thing to. I feel it feels a little weird to like for that, but I think you get there. As if the friends are close enough, or if you're close enough to someone's kid, like to be that additional adult figure to talk to them that's maybe not their parent.
Mhm.
We've been doing that. Me and Amy have been doing that lately with this girl Sam that's been coming over to our house. So she's a good friend of Bailey's. I think I told you guys. She's in college now, so she's out of high school. And then she had told us one day, I don't know how we got to this, but she's like, I really like painting. Oh, she was painting her bathroom at her house. And she's like, it's like my therapy. And my wife's eyes lit up and she's like, do you want to paint some rooms in our house? And Sam was like, sure. And then like the next day she was upstairs in our playroom and she repainted our playroom. And then this weekend we're going to clear out our master bedroom and bathroom. And next week she's going to paint our master suite.
Damn,
I
nice.
know. It's
Um,
crazy. And she does a really good job. Like I went in there and she's got everything prepped and taped off and took all the outlet covers off and moved everything to the center of the room and covered it all in plastic and did the
nice.
edges first and rolled like I was watching.
You got your own little contractor.
Yeah, and she's in there having fun with it. Like I heard her in there at one point singing, like listening to music and singing. And again, she's just all alone doing it. And she feels it. She feels that it's like a therapeutic thing. So
Mhm.
mutual beneficial like system here.
Yeah, that sounds like a good entry point into like indoor mural painting. There's a
Mm,
woman I know. I had her as a visiting artist with my students a few years ago to do a mural, and she travels around Colorado painting these awesome
yeah,
Georgia O'Keeffe-esque murals on people's houses and in their businesses, and that's all she does. And that was like her career awakening. Like I don't know what she did before that, but she was just like, fuck it, I'm making murals. She's got kids, and it works for her. So yeah, we also
that's
have a
awesome.
mindset that the girls are close with, that we fall in and out of contact because we have girls the
Mm,
same. We were
yeah, I
really
don't
close
have any.
in
Our
town.
kids don't have any of those.
We they moved down to Florida, but Kira and the other daughter, they're still like best friends. They still talk every day, and they haven't seen each other in person in don't know how
That's
long.
awesome.
So I was also thinking somebody we should connect with in person, keep them close. So this ended up being a really good reading today, and I really appreciate you sharing your insight with Amy today.
Yeah, yeah. This was a good one. Thank you guys. Appreciate everyone for listening. Happy Friday. have a good weekend. We're getting rain out here, so it's gonna be interesting. We have a Friendsgiving tomorrow, so our little group is coming over. I'm gonna attempt to grill some tri-tip and chicken, but if it's raining, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I might just throw up a canopy and do it under a canopy, or roll the grill into the garage here. Get a little dangerous. What's
Just
the
open
worst
the
that could
grill.
happen?
Keep it moist.
Yeah.
Keep it
So
moist, y'all. Happy Friday.
keep it moist. All right. That's a great way to end. Let me pull that music up. Thank you, buddy. See ya.